Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to Monday, and yeah, welcome to Mercury Retrograde. I really resonate with Garfield today. Oh, I hate Mondays. We now have the wonderful planet of Mercury in retrograde. For my friends who are a little bit unsure of what that means, optically, when you look at the planets revolving around the sun, they go, they go around the sun. In a retrograde, there's an optic illusion that the planet goes backwards compared to its normal rotation and orbit. It is an optic illusion. It has to do with how close it is to the sun. Mercury has a tendency to be one of the frequent flyers into retrograde, which sucks because it's our communication planet. And it usually goes in 3 or 4 times a year. Last year it was 4. This year it is 3. We have one more at the end of November. Come on, guys, we got this. We're going to power through it. So we will be in retrograde until the 28th of August. And that's what this reading is going to look at, is what the next 3.5-ish weeks are going to look like. For this reading, I do have the Wild Unknown Tarot. And then I also am pairing it with the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. I find that this combination works well because the Chakra Wisdom Oracle brings in the color and vibrancy and connection into our energy sources, where this really brings in that friction that Mercury retrograde does bring. Let's look at what this is going to look like over the next 3.5 weeks. And the biggest challenge with Mercury being in retrograde is that it's the communication planet. So our interpersonal communications, including technology, they're impacted, and not in a good way. People become more reactive because their computers and technology aren't working well. There's a lot of misunderstandings with words written, words read, words communicated on what is trying to be conveyed. Our throat chakra goes through kind of a hard workout during Mercury retrograde. So don't be surprised if you have a lot of sore throats, lots of clearing of throats, like there's something caught in it. Tea is fantastic. Things like mint to help to try and clear up any gunk that's getting caught in our throat and in the glands. You could add lemon and honey. Super simple. You don't have to go buy a lot. Use what you have. Most of us have at least some lemon juice in the fridge, or possibly lemon. Easy. Sometimes I've done this with my kids where lemon is too hard for them. So I'll just take some warm water, put a little bit of honey in it so it coats it so it's not so dry. It's not so scratchy. So use your tools. Use what we have. This is the Four of Swords. Seven of Cups in reversal. The Wheel of Fortune. I like to see some of these cards, like the Four of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune in the upright is good. This is the Nine of Pentacles. That's a good one too, especially in the upright. The Ace of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. So, lots of encouragement here. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty and doubt. There's going to be some fear. We know that just because there's even energetically things feel heavier. This is when you get the wild technology issues. This is when things get a little bit weird. And then when someone goes, well, what's going on and you say Mercury retrograde, people are like, yeah, this is what you're really going to be feeling. Know that, and I love this wheel and how it has all these pieces of string. The cog is very, especially over the next 3 weeks, going to feel really slow. However, it is turning. The more we're able to work with where we are, start from where we are at. No matter what time of day it is or where we are, start there. And you can build up forward. We want to start from how we're feeling and checking in frequently. Holding on to things is going to be bad. We need to release the heaviness, the frustrations, because people will frustrate you. Either they're not going to say things clearly and they're going to hurt your feelings, or you're going to misunderstand what they're saying. They're going to misunderstand what you're saying and become reactive. Don't hold stuff. If you've had a hard day, dump it. And the easiest way that I can encourage people to dump the crap is to take an intentional bath or shower. It is super simple. As you're getting ready for your bath or your shower, you ask the high vibrational beings to come in and help you with this, whether it is healing, dumping the energies, feeling stronger, you name it. Then get into the shower or bath. Yeah, I know this is like seriously rocket science. However, the water, with combination with breaking down the law of free will, you will find that it's kind of you're powering up your shower or your bath. You're getting deeper with that clean and you feel more refreshed and better. Just be kind as you're exiting the shower to thank the high vibrational beings for their support. You do want to stay grounded and you do want to stay centered. There are a lot of opportunities. A lot of times when we hear that there's something in retrograde, we all go, oh. Well, retrogrades don't always mean bad. And you can see you've got lots of color here, lots of really amazing opportunities for support, for growth, especially here for prosperity. The trick with Mercury is that it's such a powerhouse of an energy, and because it's not in its direct state, there are hidden gems that we need to kind of be paying attention to. The more grounded and aware of self we are, the more we're present in mind, the more we're able to open up and go, oh, look at that. Look at what's coming forward. The Nine of Pentacles is all about abundance, prosperity. And it's the, hey, look what I've got, tangible. So really positive supports and ideas are going to come forward. It's going to be important that you know where you're at and you're not afraid to use your words. The Three of Pentacles is the Triforce Perfecta. This is where you're working with self. You're working with your high vibrational beings and your physical support. Yes, I just said communication is a challenge. However, because it's a challenge doesn't mean we avoid it. Avoidance is going to cause us more problems. We just need to stay present, use our head. This Ace of Swords is all about that aha. Usually new beginnings, but in this reading, I'm getting more about you need to start where you're at and know that that point of where you're starting from is going to change throughout the day. So constant check-in is good, but you're using your head. When you're having that communication with others, physical beings, check in. This is what I heard you say. This is what I want to just clarify with you that we're on the same page. What did you hear me say? When you have that clarification, when you remember, this is a big piece, to breathe. Because when we breathe, we're able to access that third eye thinking center, that frontal cortex of our brain, where we can problem solve, where we can create. Well, we need the oxygen. But when we're frustrated, exasperated, and angry, we don't breathe, not deep breaths. We have that shallow breath that can cause hyperventilation. So not a good thing. Remember to breathe, remember to start where you're at. The Seven of Cups, it's an illusion card, an indecision card, an uncertainty card. Not the greatest time to make a lot of quick decisions. Slow things down. Make the decision that's going to be beneficial for you. Think things through. And yes, ask for clarification. There are, like I said, lots of opportunities coming forward. It's just we don't want to jump in head first. We want to make sure that we have that stability. When we have the stability, we're going to be able to make a better choice for us. We're going to stay in that high vibration. Now, the Four of Swords talks about rest and rejuvenation. Again, it's that checking into you. Where are you at? What do you need? Making sure that that high vibration, and I'm loving the fact both of these have the sun, especially during the August months, because many of us, that's the hottest time of the year. What do you need to keep you stable, keep you in control, and at the highest vibration possible, which means you have the most clarity that's possible. And that clarity, that stabilization, it does support us. Okie dokie, you can have that card. It does support us in making decisions and creating solutions that's going to be in everyone's best interest. All right. This is the card that really wanted out. Complacency. This is connected to your root chakra, which is that grounded, stable core. Complacency talks about just kind of giving up, putting our head in the sand and avoiding. That is not going to support us. It's not going to help us with the abundance. We're going to feel very stagnant and stuck. And when we feel stagnant and stuck, well, the universe only allows us to be this way for so long before the universe comes in and yeets us with the tower. Nobody wants that. So making sure that you aren't just avoiding, that you are working with yourself. Where are you starting from? What do you need to make things good for you so that you're successful? Bittersweet. When things are good, things will be really good. When things suck, they're going to suck big time. However, those successes, they're going to be extra amazing because you're going to have to work a little bit for it. And that connection will support you in seeing a bigger reward. This one is connected to your throat chakra, so do be aware that it is going to be sore. You're going to have to really be mindful of self. Joy. Find the fun in the play. This is August. We're going direct just as the kids head back to school, and a lot of us are starting to kind of get into that fall grind, if you will, at work, where we've got a lot coming up. So find the happiness, go to the barbecues, have the fun things. Just make sure you're using your tools, checking into where you're at, reading the room. Where's everybody else at? Because if you have a room of reactive people, that's not going to feel so good at all. It's going to, well, cause more challenge and problems. So read the room as well. We have that ability. We have the skills and tools to be able to ensure success when we slow things down. The Magician in reversal. The Ten of Wands. The Three of Cups in reversal. The Ten of Cups in reversal. Okay, so the Magician, he is the end-all be-all, if you will. He's really the cat's meow. He uses his everyday tools combined with the universal energy. We got that infinity loop there. Combined with his natural abilities and skills to get the job done. I keep telling you, you need to slow down. You need to use your skills and tools and be present to you. It's not something that we are used to. And because it's not a skill set that we're comfortable with too much, you're going to find it's not as easy. You're going to have to be very present of mind to use this tool set rather than fall back on what we have in the past, which does include reactivity and causing ourselves more challenge, which we don't need any more challenge. We have the Ten of Wands. This is the exhaustion, burnt out card. We were feeling hard. It was hard and heavy and feeling ick before Mercury retrograde. A lot of us were struggling with exhaustion before. Well, it's going to be exasperated now. We are going to have that push and pull, especially with our friends and family set. They're going to feel really needy, which is going to add in more. Work colleagues, that just life in general is going to bring you down even more. Talking about energy deflation and exhaustion. This is where you need to be very present for you. Also, not avoiding people. Yes, setting up healthy boundaries, absolutely. However, we want to make sure we do have that fun and play. You can be choosy, making positive choices for self on who's going to stay in similar functioning tool sets, if you will. If you know people don't do well in Mercury retrograde, they may not be the ones you want to go for a barbecue with. However, if you know that there's somebody who's well grounded and stable and supportive, hey, great person to go to a barbecue with. So be, again, conscious. Choose wisely. This is not a time of hibernation and putting our head in the sand. We don't want the universe to, line their foot up and yeet us with the tower. We want to bring this to a natural conclusion with success. And we do have that possibility. We've got 3 10s here. And angel messages, that 10 talks about staying true to your course. Keep going. You're on the right track. That natural conclusion can be very prosperous, very abundant. However, we're going to have to put some work into it. We're going to have to be mindful of self. We do have double ones. That multiple one, the angels are telling you to trust in yourself and your abilities, which again really is that cherry on top, really reaffirming what I've said. Start where you're at and build off of that. I want to thank you so very much for joining me today in this little exploration of Mercury in retrograde. Yeah, it's not something we look forward to. However, it is how the wheel turns. It's something that we do need to work through. Now, if you did like this session, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let me know, what tool set are you going to rely on? What are you going to do during Mercury in retrograde? If you haven't done so, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little red bell, as I've got a lot of tools coming forward, not only through Mercury in retrograde, but throughout the rest of the year. If you're looking for an added layer of support, I do have a Patreon page, and I provided a link below so you can go check it out. Again, I want to thank you for joining me in this exploration of Mercury in retrograde. Remember, focus in on the positive, that prosperity, that abundance. You've got this, my friends. Until tomorrow, my friends.